Yashodanandana Rajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Rajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Vallabha Girivardhari Shodanandana Rajana Ranjana Shodanandana Rajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gaudanita Jaya Gaudanita Jaya Gaudanita Jaya Gaudanita Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Radha Govinda Madhava Govinda Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Jayam Vishwapad Paramahamsa Parivar Jakachaya Asotarasta Sri Shimara Bhacharanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Bhiviti Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Gosha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Ilachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shimdu Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Saraswati Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Brihat Midanga Ki Jai Samavida Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. To the glory of the Buddha Assembly. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Shri Guru Shankaranga. Ashra Papa. So we don't have board today, so everyone can take their phone. 29. Okay? See Srimad Bhagavatam 1:3:30. Sorry. 29. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Dastapreshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So we are reading today Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, verse 29. 29. What? Okay, you got it. Janma Guyam Bhagavata Yad Eta Prayato Nara Sayam Pratargrinam Bhaktya Dukkha Gramat Vimuchyate Janma Guyam Bhagavata Yad Etam Prayato Nara Sayam Pratargrinam Bhaktya Dukkha Granam Vimuchyate Janma Guyam Bhagavato Yad Eta Prayato Nara Sayam Pratalni Grinam Bhaktya Dukkha Gramat Vimuchyate Janma Guyam Bhagavato Janma Guyam Bhagavato Yaya Tat Parato Nara Janma Guyam Bhagavata Janma Guyam Bhagavato Ya Etat Prayato Nara Sayam Pratarginam Bhaktya Dukkha Gramat Vimuchyate Janma Birth Guyam Mysterious Bhagavata of the Lord Yat 1 Etat all these Prayata carefully Nara man Sayam evening Pratak morning Grinam recites Bhaktya with devotion Dukkha Gramat from all miseries Vimuchyate get reliefs from. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearance of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principle of a transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back home, back to Godhead, after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord incarnation in this material world can liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, the birth and activities of the Lord, as manifested by Him for the welfare of the people in general, are not ordinary. They are mysterious, and only by those who carefully try to go deep into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Thus one gets liberation from material bondage. It is advised, therefore, but one who simply recites this chapter of Bhagavatam, describing appearance of the Lord in different incarnations, in sincerity and devotion, can have insight into the birth and activities of the Lord. The very word vimukti, or liberation, indicates that the Lord's birth and activities are all transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, one could not attain liberation. They are therefore mysterious, and those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of his births and activities. Om Magyana Timirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Shakshulumilitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Sumiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pchanine Vishesha Shunnavadi Vishatya Dushatharine. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Suruptamura Swamiti Namini. Panchakalpataru Vyashcha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitana Pavani Vyo Vaishnavi Vyo Namana. Jai Shri Gaunitai Shri Krishna Balaram Radha Govinda Madhava Ki Jai. Janma Guyam Bhagavato Yad Etat Prayato Nara. Sayam Pratar Grinam Bhaktya Dukkha Gramad Vimuchyati. So here the instructions is directly given in the Srimad Bhagavatam about our principal sadhana. We have Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So Kirtanam means, we recite, we chant Hare Krishna, of course, and we recite the pastimes. We read and we recite the pastime of the Lord. So here, Janma Guyam Bhagavato. Janma Guyam Bhagavato. Guyam means mysterious. So Janma, Guyam, Janma, in Bhagavad Gita we have also Janma, Karma, Shamit, Divyam. Here we have Guyam, Bhagavad Gita we have Divyam. Guyam means hidden, mysterious. So whoever, here the instruction is given, whoever recites the activities, the pastimes of the activities of all the incarnations, because this chapter is called Krishna is the source of all incarnation. So we have a description of some of the incarnation, like Srila Prabhupada is explaining. There's many, many incarnations. This is innumerable, just like the waves of the ocean. So we cannot count all of them, and neither we can recite their pastime and activities. It's not possible for human being. I think Ananta Shesha tried, but even with different heads, could not enumerate all the pastime and the incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavato. So this chapter is very important chapter because it's the introduction of the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. Then after we went through different incarnations like Vamana Dev, like Nishinga Dev, like briefly in this chapter, like Lord Ramachandra, Krishna. And the previous verse is quoting that Krishna, I think you You discussed on this verse yesterday. Yeah? Krishna is the origin of all incarnation. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Here it is really, sometimes it's called, just like we have in the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is described as Vasudev. Vasudev with a tire on the A. Vasudev. Vasudev means the son of Vasudev. So, and here it is in this verse, previous verse, Ete Chamcha Kalam Pumsam, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Clearly indicated, Krishna is the Bhagavan, original Bhagavan. In India, if you go in India, sometimes you have temples, they say, oh, this is our Bhagavan, Bhagavan Shiva, Bhagavan Brahma, or, you know. But the original Bhagavan is Krishna. So here this verse is making very important point that Janma Guyam Bhagavata. First of all the Janma and Karma of Krishna are mysterious activities. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining to be able to understand the mysterious activity. Actually, Krishna is explained, Janma Karma Chamidivyan, if you understand my activities, if you understand my birth, okay. But there is a process for this. And the process is to be seriously engaged in devotional service. Otherwise, just by hearing about Krishna, the birth of Lord Krishna, or just like by hearing about the activities of Lord Krishna, one is not guaranteed to go back home, back to God, and to attain the ultimate goal of life. Our ultimate goal, because in this material world, we have Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vradi, and we have the different stages of dukkha, of material miseries, which are inflicted by the devatas, inflicted by the material nature, and afflicted by the overliving entities. So this is the big difference between the material world and the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, there is no dukkha. There is no birth, because everyone is eternal. There is no death. There is no disease. And the other one is old age. There's no old age. So everything is completely transcendental there in the spiritual world, and Krishna is the center of all activities. This is very difficult for a conditioned soul, even for us who are learning, students in devotional service. This is very difficult to accept, because still we have egos, and why Krishna should be the center all the time. We can live without Krishna as a center, right? Every day we're living. We have our different relationships. We are with our wife or husband. We have our relationship with our children. We have our relationship with grandchildren. We have all kinds of relationship, our friends, So why we need Krishna? We already have so many relationships, and we are happy with it. Till the time, of course, of the karma who is hitting us, beating us. Maya is beating us, and stop this kind of relationship. And we think about now, why these relationships are stopped? Why actually we're supposed to have a harmonious relationship and we are fighting? So at that point we understand that there's difference between material and spiritual. Material is always tainted by the gunas, ignorance. Ignorance is sleep and illusion and sleep, laziness. So sometimes we are tainted by this. We are not always enthusiastic to do our duties or to go forward in this material life. Tainted by passion, and we are attached to the results of action. We are attached to producing something. We are attached to money. We are attached to developing the family and the real estate and all this kind of things, and even virtue, sattva, how you say in English? Goodness, sorry, goodness. Even goodness is an attachment to this material world, because we are in circumstances where we feel happy in this material world with nature, with nice music and soft and nice music. And this is also an attachment to this material world, because even this peaceful atmosphere of goodness is temporary also, and also always mixed a little bit with passion and ignorance. So we are like this, we think, at least some part of our life we are happy and we think, why Krishna should be the center? Why we need Krishna as a center? So this is the most important point of self-realization. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. So we have to understand we are a spirit soul first. That's why the Bhagavad Gita is starting in the second chapter. The first chapter is a presentation, of the different warriors and Krishna and the relationship with Krishna and Arjuna, and to establish that Krishna is the spiritual master of Arjuna. He's going to teach him something. This is the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And the second, then immediately Krishna, gives us the knowledge of the difference of the soul and the body. Deinasmin yatade komaram yovanam jara tata deantara praptir dhiras tatanamuyati. Who is the real sage? The real yogi is the one who understands that the soul and the body are different. If you listen to Srila Prabhupada classes, then there are so many so many times he's quoting this, he's making reference to this, because he wants us to understand, the difference between the soul and the body. Because in this, if we identify with the body, then we put Krishna aside. Why we need Krishna? We don't need Krishna, we have everything. We don't even recognize that Krishna is the source. Aham sarvasya prabhavu matak sarva pravartati iti madhva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. The person who is intelligent is recognizing that Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is the source of the sun. Krishna is the source of the moon. Krishna is the source of all the energies we are using, the water, the elements. Is the source of the material creation, is the source of our body, and is the source of our soul also, our real personality. This is Mamevamsha Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatan. Jiva Bhuta Sanatan means the
all the living entities are parts of me, and they are eternal living entities. So to get to this spiritual world, actually, where Krishna is the center, and where all the relationships turns around Krishna, all the activities turn around Krishna. This is called the process of devotional service. Bhaktyamama Pijanati, process of devotional service. And here it is explained that one of the main one of the main activities of this process is to hear morning and evening. This is clearly indicated here as, part of our sadhana, and there is over indication, of course, in the Srimad Bhagavatam about chanting Hare Krishna, taking Bhagavat Prasadam. Just like Narada Muni, he attained perfection by eating remnants of the sages. Once in Chaturmasya time, you know what is Chaturmasya? Some of you know what is Chaturmasya? Chaturmasya, no. This is the 4 months in India where we make austerities. In the rainy season in India. Here we don't have the rainy season, but during this month, the sages, they stop in one place, they don't travel anymore, and they practice austerities. And Narada Muni, he happened as a son of a maidservant, he happened to serve these sages during this Chaturmasya month, 4 months, and he tested the remnants of the prasadam of his sense, and became perfect. The next birth, he became Narada Muni. So the Bhagavatam is full of instruction of devotional service, chant Hare Krishna, take Krishna prasadam, worship the deities, and serve, practice the devotional service, because that is what we are doing in the spiritual world. We are not doing anything else. In the spiritual world, we don't need money. We don't run after money. We don't need to worry about our health, get a health insurance or whatever, This is all the necessities in this material world. We don't need anymore, Even we don't need shoes. We go in the forest. In New Mayapur, if you go in the forest without shoes, you get problem. You get some thorns and some stones, and you get your feet hurt. We don't need protection. Krishna is the source of all protection. We don't need to run after money. We don't need to protect anyone. All these duties, they are gone in the spiritual world. So, this is a perfection we are looking for. So here it is explained that morning and evening, Janma Guyam Bhagavato Yadetat Prayato Nara Sayam Pratar. Sayam Pratar means more evening and morning. Grinam Bhaktya Dukkha Gramat Vimuchyati. Dukkha Gramat signifie the miseries, the suffering. Okay, we are not pessimistic people, actually. We are realistic people. We go through all kinds of transformation. We are babies, we are youngster, we go to adult and everything, and sometimes, we are happy, and sometimes we are less happy, but the average calculation is that finally, when we turn back, this material world is not such a happy place. There's always some problems coming through. So that's why the Bhakta, actually no other spiritualist can reach Krishna's lotus feet in this way, just by hearing morning and evening. That's what is important, to come to the temple if we are living close to a temple. Otherwise we do in our place. Every morning we wake up early, we chant Hare Krishna, and we study the Srimad Bhagavatam. Usually we study Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning. Srila Prabhupada established this, Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning and Srimad Bhagavad Gita at night, if temple established this program, or Krishna book. At least just before sleeping, we take our Krishna book. If we are 2, 3, 10, we read Krishna book together. There is this quote from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur: you beat your mind in the morning 10 times or 20 times, I don't know, with a shoe. I don't know if the morning is the shoe or the broomstick, and in the evening with a broomstick. You beat your mind. Beat your mind. What does that mean, beat your mind?
To force yourself to endeavor to persevere.
Yeah, to force yourself, to force the mind. Because when we get up in the morning, we are not automatically attracted to chant the name of Krishna. Because, and especially after sleeping, the mind is traveling. In the sleep, the mind is traveling. So he can go in past lives, he can go in any illusory situation. Say, in your sleep, you become a king, or you become a rich man, or whatever the mind is taking you. But when you wake up, then you're back to reality, and to transcend actually the first difficulties in the morning, wake up. So Prabhupada said, take shower, chant Hare Krishna. This is how we beat the mind. And in the evening, same. We hear about the pastime of Lord Krishna. This is how we control the mind. We get a good sleep and be able to get up properly the next morning. In Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principle of transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back home, back to Godhead, and be in relief from his material tabernacle. Tabernacle. You don't know what is tabernacle? You don't know.
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle. Prabhupada used this word tabernacle. Never heard before. Tabernacle is like a little altar in some religion. The box, you know, where you put sacred items. What's that?
There's an animal that in the sea.
Ah.
They have a lot of.
Non, c'est pas ça. Non. Ça, c'est en brésilien, ça. No, tabernacle means, a box, a recipient. What do you have in the dictionary?
It has here, in biblical use, a fixed or movable dwelling, typically of light construction, or a meeting place for worship used by non-conformists or Latter-day Saints.
Actually, the body is considered like a temple, That's why Srila Prabhupada is for worship. That is what he says. But this is not so. Srila Prabhupada is explaining this is easy and this is not so easy. This is mysterious, Guyam. This is all the activities of Krishna are mysterious, and this is not so easy. The only way, the yogis, they cannot do it. The yogis, they try by meditation, by austerities, but this is explained, and most of the time they attend the impersonalist platform. So in Bhagavad Gita it is explained, Klesho Adhikatalaste Klesha, don't remember the verse, but this is for the impersonalist. It's very difficult to attain the supreme goal, which is who is Krishna, the supreme goal that we want. We don't want anything else. Now that we get in contact with Srimad Bhagavatam, we get in contact with Bhagavad Gita, we don't want anything else. Because the yogis, they cannot attain it, or they attain it very, very with great difficulties. Klesha. Klesha means great difficulties, Krishna is explaining. And the karmis who practice the karma yoga, not the vikamis we know now in the Kali Yuga. They are vikamis. They're not following any principles. They are free, free in their craziness. So they don't practice anything. But usually the Vedas, they refer to the karmis, karma yoga. They want to accomplish, to look for the perfection of life through detached activities. The Gyanis, they want to discover the perfection of life through knowledge. Even Srila Prabhupada is explaining, the scientists now, they are accepted as Gyanis, because they look for all kind of explanation of the material nature, how the material nature works, and all these kind of things, how the elements are interacting together, and they arrive to the conclusion of the smallest part in this material energy, the atom. But all this is explained already in Srimad Bhagavatam. We have in 5th canto the calculation of a time according to the atomic particle. This is one chapter of the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So all these paths are known already by the Vedas, but this is concluded that they don't reach the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, our goal. Only the Bhakta can do it. And the Bhaktas, they have to, as explained here by Srila Prabhupada, they have to be serious in the devotion. Okay? They only by those who carefully try to go deep in the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Okay, this mystery is described in this verse here, Guyam, the mysteries of the activities of the Supreme Lord, and which is described also in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Chame Divyam. All these transcendental activities can be discovered by the Bhakta if we carefully try to go deep into the matter. Deep into the matter means we have to take all the activities very seriously in devotional service. It's like when we come from Mangalartik, we take darshan of the deities. We meditate. It's not that sometimes we see during Kirtan, Some devotees are talking, blah, blah, blah. They are in the corner, they are talking. They are not concentrated. In japa, it's the same. We have to be really concentrated. Go deep. Srimad Bhagavatam is explaining. Go deep in the practice of devotional service. It's better not to chant than to chat with iPhone. Nowadays, we have this, comment ça s'appelle? Malédiction, bénédiction. Curse and benediction at the same time. Because we can use the iPhone just like we read Srimad Bhagavatam for iPhone. Now we don't leave at the board, you know. Everybody has his telephone, can read the verse.
Guilty.
Sorry?
I'm guilty.
Guilty of what?
He's saying that's okay.
No, that's the benediction of the material energy for the bhaktas, that we can use anything, just like at the time of Prabhupada was saying we use this microphone. Prabhupada, one of the first programs he gave in Bombay. How many people? 20,000 people.
Send that recording to, what's his name? Damayanti's husband. Damayanti's husband doesn't like the microphone.
Who is Damayanti?
Gopal.
No, because he has a loud voice, maybe. Powerful voice. So, you imagine Prabhupada in front of 20,000 people? I don't know, we need a microphone. So, Krishna gave him a microphone. Because in Vedic time, not so many people, 20,000, no. The spiritual master was in front of maybe 10, 100 disciples, so it didn't really need a microphone. And Prabhupada said that this microphone is transcendental. You know, this is matter, but because this is used in the service of Krishna, it's transcendental. So we use our phone for making research. I use now these robots and artificial intelligence. EI in French. And I bought, my job is doing some astrology. I had some diploma in this, and I bought so many books. Viens, Sachi, viens. Now what, Tata? What time is it? Oh, she has time. I bought so many books in India about astrology. I was crazy about that. Huh? You remember? Who is Sachi? Eh, viens. Viens dire bonjour à Tata. Viens dire bonjour à Tata. I bought some, every year I was going to India, I was buying books. Now I type on my computer, I ask this, you know, AI, all kind of combination in the horoscope. It's amazing how it's synthesizing, you know, all the knowledge. So I don't need to take my books anymore. Still I keep it because if it's blow up one day. Just like before, we were making all the calculation by hand with books. Even if the person was born 80 years ago, you are able to make the calculation. Still, I remember how to make the calculation. But now you type in the computer, you have to make sure the computer doesn't make any mistake. Otherwise, you can go in the wrong way. So we go very deep in the So yeah, why we were talking about phone and computer and all this? Because we don't chant our japa with our telephone. We leave it in our room, lock, we throw the key, and we chant our japa. This is really the disease now. I see so disease. One, hopefully, not everybody is doing this, but this is really like, this is the last offense now. Chanting without attention, the Mahamantra without attention. So Maya is coming in. Oh, you have many things to do, and I want to buy this, I want to buy that. What is the weather today, and this and that, and we go on the phone, and we go on TikTok, and we scroll, and if you want to make an exercise, you look how much time you spend on your phone. Huh? Most of the phone they have this. So, my God, we spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours on the phone, doing useless things. This is how Maya is trapping us. So this is not deep devotional service. We have to be careful about this. We have to be careful also how we cook for Krishna. This is everything in Kali Yuga, has a tendency to disintegrate and diminish. This is normal. This is not really our fault. This is the influence of Kali Yuga. So we have to be careful what we do. We have to be careful in devotional service, in Brahmanical culture, how to be clean. And Srila Prabhupada says, bye-bye. She's timid. Srila Prabhupada says, cleanliness is close to godliness. And he quote another things. This is for the managers. Whoever has responsibility in the temple, he said, good management means keep everything clean. So, simple principle, but sometimes very difficult to maintain, especially when we have a big castle. It's very difficult. So to be able to honor these verses, Janma, Kanma, Chamme, Divyam, Evam Yoveti Tadpataha, Tyaktva Deham Punarjanma, Neiti Mam Eti. So, Arjuna. We have to understand the Janma, the birth, and we have to understand the karma, the activities of the Supreme Lord. And then we become perfect. There is one, become perfect and relief here says of all miseries. Actually, there's one series of verses, which is the Nishingakavacha. And it is said that Lord Nishingadev is protecting us from all the miseries and all the bad influences. The influences from the grahas, the planets, who control our life. And the Srimad Bhagavatam, this is even described how the demigods, they control all parts of our body. And generally, the demigods, they control all our life. Except if we become a Krishna Bhakta, then on the on the percentage, we become surrender to Krishna, then we become relief of miseries. What is this verse? I will word them according ye yatamam prapadyanti tam stateva bhajamiham. How it start? Ye yatamam prapadyanti tam stateva bhajamiham. Mama vatma nuvattanti. Manushya partha sarvasha. Thank you. So according to the way we act with Krishna, according to the deep devotion we have with Krishna, then we get relief of the miseries. And relief of the miseries means we get relief from our karma. Because if you study, for example, the karma of a materialist person, then this is very clear. He will go through this, he will get this disease, he will get married or not married, he will have children or children, he will die at a certain time. This is quite easy to study karma of materialists through the Jyotish. But if you look at the devotee, this is different. Because the devotee is taken charge by Krishna at a certain percentage. That is what this verse is explaining to us. Mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. If you are 20% engaged in devotional service, then you have 80%, this is your karma, your inherent suffering from past life. If you are 100% engaged, completely means mind activities, mind-body activities, then there is no karma anymore. Everything is transcendental. All what you're doing is transcendental. Krishna is always protecting you. Okay, and in this devotional service, it's not easy to reach the highest quality. So here in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is called Devotional Service, Krishna is explaining, by those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. You know, quite similar thus. The Sanskrit. Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasa matpara ananyaneva yogena madhyayanta upashati tesham haham samudartha mrityu samsara sagara bhavami nachirat partha mayi aveshita chetasam. Quite similar this the verse that, you know, the person who is engaged totally in devotional service is delivered from the ocean of birth and death. But after, Krishna is explaining the different stages. He said, maybe you are not able to fix complete, to surrender totally. So he's giving the different stages for different people, with different abilities. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. So this is the Samadhi stage. This is Mayi Eva Mana Adastra. Mayi Buddhim Niveshaya, l'intelligence hein, et le mental. Nivashishyashi mayeva ata gridvam na samsaya. Donc simplement, just fix the mind and intelligence. And then you will live with me, in me, without a doubt. My dear Arjuna, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, so now we step down from the samadhi. Sometimes we don't fix our mind really on Krishna. We don't remember Krishna. Then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me. Okay, just by following the regulative principles that the spiritual master gave us, and the sadhana that the spiritual master gave us, and study the scriptures, then we develop the desire to go to Krishna. So this is the second stage. First stage is sorry, c'est pas ça. Ah no, I am not in the good one. Okay, I don't find the verse back, but the stages are given by Krishna that, okay, you are in samadhi, you fix your mind all the time, you are pure devotee. Otherwise, you practice regulative principle. And if you cannot practice regulative principles, we have, for example, in this community, people who don't really follow all the sadhana rules. But you work for Krishna. This is what Krishna is asking. You work for me. And if you cannot work for me even, you don't want to engage your body and intelligence in my service, then you develop the knowledge. Develop knowledge. So for the person who is just starting, it's very good to study scriptures because it will lead him ultimately to practice devotional service and to samadhi. Hare Krishna.
Is there still time for questions or not?
Yeah, that's time.
I was late, so if you have any questions. Okay. Sorry, Prabhu. I'm sorry I was late. There was a reason.
No problem.
Okay. So I'm really attached to the results of my service. Yeah. And then you said later during your class, Prabhupada said to keep everything clean, which is related to my service.
Okay.
And is Krishna also the source of our attachment? Not being challenging, but we can't have anything that Krishna doesn't have.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah.
So, and being attached to the results of my service is because I want things to be done properly, eventually for Krishna.
Yeah.
But I'm not thinking about Krishna, I'm thinking about the results. So it's being attached to the results. So these feelings, as you can call them maybe, they're very subtle and it's very... I don't know what to say.
Yeah. So what is the question?
Well, I mean, maybe you can remark on that.
Okay. So if you are attached of a result of your service, that is a very positive thing in spiritual life. It's much better than to be not attached to the result of your service. If you do a service and you don't care what is the result, for example, you cook for Krishna and you don't care what is the result, Krishna will manage, But if you do things properly and you want a certain result for Krishna, even if you don't think directly to Krishna, but you perfection your service. One time I met many years of management in Krishna consciousness, over 25 years. Got different temples and Sankirtan and this and that. And one time, I was cooking only. I had a cook, I dropped management and I became a cook. And I told to one of my friends, I said, look, now I am just a cook, and I don't manage anything, I don't help anybody. I think I was cook for 1 year or something like that. And he told me, this is not, you should not consider the position in your devotional service. What you have to do is perfection your service. This is what is pleasing Krishna, to perfection your service. If you are a gardener, you become a good gardener. You make everything nice for Krishna. And of course, in this way, you are attached to the result. But this is for Krishna, ultimately, it's not for you. Okay, we can have a little bit like a recognition. Look, Vijay Krishna, no? Is that name?
Vijay Gaudamandala now.
Vijay Gaudamandala. You change. Before it was Vijay Krishna? No.
Before it was Vijay Krishna.
Oh.
Now he is Vijay.
So you already born with a spiritual name. Huh? It's good. and oh look, Vijay Gauranga is doing such a nice service. And, you get a little bit recognition from the spiritual master or from devotees. Okay, your ego is a little bit fatter. Okay, that can happen in devotional service. But for you, what is important is you get good results. Because Prabhupada said, good management means keep everything clean. I had always this, when I was managing, try to keep everything clean. And I know it's not easy, because interaction with devotees, many devotees are not conscious of this, so you go after them and this and that, and this is like this. But it's very good. You are attached to the result of your service. We are not impersonalists. That we are not attached to the result of a service. We don't care. We act and we don't care what's going to happen, what is the result. No, this is not ours. We are attached to the result of the service. But also, in another way, if somewhere or other we cannot manage to have, although we try our best, sincerely, just like deeply, just like it is said here, we try our best, but we don't get the good results. It happens sometimes. Then, what counts for Krishna is your sincerity, your effort, and it's really what counts for Krishna in your service, not the result. Then at that point, when you try your best and still you don't get the good result, then you have another principle is coming in. It is like leaving the things up to Krishna. Look, Krishna, I try really my best, but still, look, the results are not there. Please, Krishna, take care of it. Help me. Give me intelligence, or make some arrangements. We have the principle of surrender on top. But to be attached to the result of the service, this is totally positive.
I'm still, by nature, a bit of a perfectionist as well.
That's good. Very good. But if you visit a Brahman place in India, Prabhu knows, Sita, she visited a clinic there in India held by Brahmins. This is so clean you cannot imagine, you know. We have Brahmin initiation here, many devotees, but you know, first thing I learned in my devotional practice, Brahmin, they have to be supremely clean. If the person is not clean, then he has some work to do on his Brahmanical qualification. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
HG Gaudamandala Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki